Good morning, library lovers. I'm Felix from Holygon, and let's take a very first look at Holygon Compfire Beta. So what is Compfire? Compfire is a user-friendly and powerful asset browser and library manager for Sketchup. Compfire is available as a paid or free extension for Sketchup. And in case you missed it, Sketchup is the world's most user-friendly and fun 3D modeling application. However, SketchUp's traditional way of finding, viewing, and importing components into your model was always a bit clunky. And it's even more awkward when you need to structure and manage a growing component library, especially when you need speed and control. And this is why Holygon created Compfire. And Compfire can help you create and populate models like this or whatever you want. So in these examples, I will show you some landscaping assets, but the same principle holds true for interior designs or whatever you are working with. Compfire is all about speed and control, and in short, if you like working with components, then Compfire is for you. So let's look at this in practice. I can bring out the Finder here and see what we got. We got a few assets here. And for instance, then I can browse the Finder and see, for different things such as trees or build stuff or maybe some weather. So let's see what we can find. So here's a rainbow. Let's put it in there, like so. Like so. That's better. So, ding! Okay, so let's look at this in more detail. So when you first install Compfire, it will look a little bit like this. These are the toolbars, and this one is the asset browser or the Finder. When you first start, it will be empty because you don't have a library, and you can always create libraries from scratch, but I very much recommend you to start with the starter library, so you understand how a library can be structured and some of the powerful features that Compfire uses. And then once you get the principles, you can start tweaking it or creating a new one from scratch. So we'll go to settings, and then you want to click install starter library here, and it will ask you for a folder. So let's make it here, my first library. You select it, and now Compfire will be thinking a little bit, and it will in the background download and unzip a starter library with about 100 different components. So now we can see that it's more or less done, like so. I will close this, and here we got all the things. So, and now this is the browser, and you can zoom in like so, or you can zoom out like so. So you have multiple views here. You can see the items. You can have a detailed view to the left like so. Okay, and you can have quite big thumbnails here, so you can see all your stuff in glorious 1K resolution. Okay, so if we look at this browser, we can see that we can also sort the items, for instance, by name, price, date edited, byte size, box size, number of instances, and in ascending or descending sequence. Let's go for catalog for now. We'll look at the catalog shortly. Now, there's a structure to this. This is not just a list. So for instance, if we want some trees, we can click on tree, and here, maybe we want to explore the deciduous trees, and note how we fold down a second category or a branch here. So we got foliate trees, like so, or trees in their winter state. Now, let's go for some coniferous trees. We can also search here. So we can search for pine, and we will hit all the pine trees. So let's select 1, 2, 3, and we can select all of them like so. And we simply move the cursor out into the viewport to import them. And if you click repeatedly, you will place them like so. Okay, if you've got Placify installed, which I recommend. So, And how is it possible to structure your components? Well, it's possible through the catalog. And if you click on the toolbar, the Compfire edit toolbar, you can click here. You can also go up to the menu and click Compfire. You can go edit and open catalog. Now it's simpler to just click this button. So I will do this. Okay, click that one, open catalog. And here's the catalog. This is what it looks like. And what is this? This is just a simple spreadsheet, and it can be edited, opened and edited in Excel or other popular spreadsheet editors. And this is where you control the metadata of your components. So, for instance, if we look at the pine trees, they are here somewhere, the coniferous, right? They're here, okay? And you can see, here you can see the first branch was tree and the second was coniferous. Here is the item or the component definition. We got the description. But look at this. We also have tag, material, instance name, and lots of other things. So how do these actually work? Well, the first thing, we've already explored the structure. Okay. But note, if I select this, look, it is already tagged. So all these are tagged with whatever I told the catalog to tag them with. For instance, tree. Okay. They also have a material. So if I go back to my viewport here, we can note that these have this tree, the Pinus pinaster, has this material, whereas the Pinus nigra has this material. And I can go to this material and edit it and see, look, it has its own material. And I control this material from the catalog. So if I were to change the material here, or the instance name, or the thumbnail view, or how it's counted, or the price, and so on, I will control the Compfire behavior. And this can be quite powerful, especially if you're working perhaps in a company and you have shared assets that need to have be shared across the team. So that is one advantage. Let's quickly look at how count works. So if I click on count, this, you get a takeoff or bill of materials, including price and a grand total. If you want to explore the real power of Compfire, let's look at how to edit the library. So to do so, we first import the entire library into the Sketchup model. We click yes to purge and clear the model so that we start with a blank slate. Then Compfire will, as you see here, automatically import all the items in the library. In this case, it's between 100 and 200 items. And note how Compfire will apply the tags, the materials, and all the other item metadata that you have set here in the catalog. And when Compfire has imported all of them, it will sort the items into the same order as you have made in the catalog. Okay, so if we, for instance, look at these over here, we got shapes. Let's look at these. So, and we have them in this order. If we go to the catalog and find the shapes, they are here. So what you can do is, for instance, you can just select a few items here, and using your favorite spreadsheet editor, you can just move them like so. So now we got the prism first. And if I save this, go back to SketchUp, and now I resort the items. Let's see what happens. You see, I resorted them, and now we start with the prism, then the cylinder. Is that correct? Let's look at the library and the catalog again. Prism, cylinder, cube. Yes, it's correct. So this is a way how to manage the order in which these items appear, their branches, their sub-branches, and so on. If we want to add something, let's see, let's say we just want to add a super simple cuboid slab. So we make a rectangle like so. We pull it upwards a bit like so. We select it and we create a new component. Let's call it Holygon slab. Okay, so is this an item? No. Is it a component? Yes. To make it an item, we select it and then we click this button which says Forge, Itemize Selected Components. So let's click on that and see what happens. Now you're presented with a screen where you can set the description, and you can also put it somewhere here. Let's put it on shape, for instance. Okay, and here we can also set an auto tag. Let's tag it with, for instance, I don't know, but let's put it on built. Okay, and now we're done. So we simply close the window, and now if we resort, we will apply the current settings and see what happens. Yes, if we look at this, it has the tag, and we can do the same thing for materials and so on. The final step is to export what we've created into the library. And if we made changes to properties that are shared across different items, then it's best practice to simply export everything, which we can do by clicking export. In this case, all we've done is applied properties that already exist. So we will pre-select our component. We have forged it, and now we export it. So we click export. We confirm. Compfire will apply the thumbnail view that we have determined and export the component as an item to the library. And if we go and open the catalog to see whether this actually worked, let's go down here and see, yes, there it is. And now it's ready to be used also in the browser. So if I search for slab, here it is, and we can import it and start using it. If you're looking to try out Compfire, now it's super easy. To learn more, just go to holygon.com, and here you can check out products, Compfire, and here you can download a trial, or you can order a Compfire subscription in the shop. And there is a free version, a light version, and a pro, both monthly and yearly subscriptions. Thank you very much. Now go supercharge your assets.